Percocet, Miley Percocet, Percocet, Miley Percocet, represent, gotta represent.
So what is up, guys? Welcome on back to TK's Garage. If you saw a video I posted yesterday, it's probably still trending here at the top, about the Transportation Freedom Act. It was introduced by newly elected Senator Moreno, who comes from the auto industry, gives massive tax breaks, 200% tax breaks to the automakers if they build cars that don't have the dumb emission systems on them. It repeals all of the emissions crap, basically doing what the CRAs are going to do anyway. It removes California's thought, or maybe they think that they have the right to do this, and will institute fines and other stuff for states that overstep boundaries. It gives these auto manufacturing companies but up to $150,000 per worker from moving that production to the United States if the vehicles are 75% or more made, built, and assembled here in the U.S. I think that's huge. I think they got that from Toyota because that's how the Tundra is. I think it's 76%. The Ram is not too far behind at 67%. Chevy and Ford are abysmal. They're like in the 30s. But California now is getting prepared. Now, I've talked about this before, but now they know. It's interesting. When you have higher up people at the California Air Resources Board, taking time off or looking at other opportunities in California's government, it lets you know that they see the writing on the wall. This new bill that would be proposed, that's been proposed in the Senate, in the U.S. Senate, would effectively stranglehold the state of California of federal funds if they don't fall in line with the other 49 states in terms of emissions. That also goes to inspections, smog checks, all of that. Now, before you get into my comment, states rank TK, states have to have the ability to do their own stuff. Nah. There's a thing called federal supremacy. You should look it up. The same way, states can't say, oh, you don't have free speech in this state. No, sorry, that's not a thing. There are some laws, some rules, some regulations that states do not have the ability to regulate on. And I think you're going to see a lot more of that when it comes to the Constitution. And I'm not just talking about emissions. I might be talking about pew-pews too. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. I do find it interesting that California is already, like, the attorney general there and their attorneys are already drafting lawsuits, but they're going to go nowhere. Like, even if it looks bad for, just so you know, before you think, oh no, their judges over there will 100% do it. Yes and no. The judges in California, federal judges, know that it would just go to the Ninth Circuit, right? Immediately would get appealed by the U.S. government. And then if the Ninth Circuit doesn't do it the right way, it's going to go to the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court's going to say, yeah, they have the right to do that, smack them down. And then not only does the Ninth Circuit appeal judges look bad, and they get like it's not like a demerit, but they get like a bad mark on their thing of, hey, they didn't follow the Constitution here. But so does that district court judge. And they don't want that. They want to be able to move up to an appeals court or something else. In order for them to do that, they have to make sound decisions, and they don't want to be afoul of the Supreme Court. So I don't even think it'll get past the district court. I think they already see the writing on the wall, and they're going to be like, you got to pick your battles. You got to take your shots, pick your fights. And this isn't one they want. And I think California is starting to see that. That's why you see these people at CARB moving to other aspects of the California government. This is why you see, it's funny, like it's the governor starting a podcast. Why? Why is the governor starting a podcast? He sees the writing on the wall. I don't think he's going to get recalled before his term's up. Maybe he does. Maybe it happens, but I think it's more likely that he sees the writing on the wall and he's just getting his situation situated so that he can run for president in 2028. And he's going to use the podcast to do that. But CARB knows that they're going bye-bye. The California government knows that. A lot of people that invest, that have business and the like, that rely on some of that smog revenue are starting to freak out. I've had multiple emails from people about that, but I have to be honest with you, I don't feel sad for you. All right, like this is the level of fuckery that's been going on in California for so long. It's just time to come to an end, man. It's time to get back to common sense. And I'm glad that the federal government is finally, I don't want to say slapping the state of California around, but yeah, slapping the state of California around for common sense, because we need it. But I want to know what you guys think when this bill, as this bill goes through. And here's the thing: it doesn't just depend on the Transportation Freedom Act, right? It could be Transportation Freedom Act, whatever it is. It doesn't even have to just rely on that. There are CRAs that are pending now from the House and the Senate that would effectively do the same thing. Not to mention pending litigation at the Supreme Court. California knows the gig is up, time's up, no more wins, and it's literally just a matter of time before they strip this away. The last thing I want to talk about is semi-trucks. Now, I've had so many people say, well, what do you think about semi-trucks, TK? What are they going to do about this in California? Because some drivers that are owner-operators won't even go to California because they don't want to deal with the emissions crap. Well, I have some good news in that. The Transportation Freedom Act also covers that. It completely strips those emissions away. And for the people that are asking, so I could drive an older Peterbilt? Yes. That's coming back. If that bill from Senator Moreno, the Transportation Freedom Act, passes through the Senate, the House, gets on the president's desk, semi-trucks will have the ability to go back to making common sense, getting better mileage, not having all this wacko emissions crap, and getting back to doing what those trucks are supposed to do. Haul loads and let people that drive them and provide all of us with the stuff that we get every single day make money. Anyways, let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Give the video a big thumbs up if you like what I do. Hit the subscribe button. That's great. The subscribe button if you haven't already. If I cannot kick the camera. And as always, stay petty, my friends.